Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days, and let's get straight into it because the folders are full. So, WWE news. So, WWE World are going to open an online store, and if you're going to WWE World, you can access it. If you're not, you can't. It has got exclusive merchandise. It opens on April 8th to April 15th. Very frustrating that it's not available to all of us, but just something worth being aware of. So, take a 1990, thank you. TJF 1983, shout out to you. So, new Rey Fenix merch. Obviously, we looked at an item yesterday, but masks and t-shirts have dropped now. And I like the theme. It's like a fire theme. You can see the color of the mask. You can see the flames. It looked really, really good. That fire theme kind of extended itself into the presentation and the entrance. You can see it in the background as well. So that really did come across to me when I saw his entrance, that kind of fire theme. And I like it. I think it works. So, yeah, very impressive debut from Rey Fenix. Edward, thank you. So, Travis Scott is currently in WWE's Wrestlemania plans. Don't know what that means. It's not saying that he's going to have a match, but he is expected to be at WrestleMania. Right, Corey said PWN has been told that Kevin Owens is dealing with an undisclosed injury with no timetable set for a return to action. This puts Kevin Owens' WrestleMania match against Randy Orton in jeopardy with 15 days remaining until the show. To that extent, alternative plans for Orton have... towards have been discussed, but no pivot has been made yet. Well, it has now. Owens' last match came on March 1st at Elimination Chamber against Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match. Once more information is available, we will update. So, this is a report that has kind of come out through PWN. One of their sources letting them know that they had heard that Kevin Owens is dealing with an injury. And this was well before Smackdown. And then, of course, on Smackdown, we get that massive moment, that massive segment where Kevin Owens comes out and says that, you know, he's got to go off and have neck surgery. At the moment, because of the timeline and some of the reaction that I'm seeing, it feels genuine. I know there are theories out there that this is a work. You always get that, to be honest. Every time there's an injury like this, there's always that suspicion that this could be a work. So that's not out the ordinary. For me, I think it's real. At the moment, there's nothing I've seen that's kind of changing my mind on that. So, yeah, this dropped earlier in the day. Obviously, we will very quickly get to what happened on Smackdown. So Mitchell, thank you. Edward, shout out to you. So it has reportedly not been confirmed internally if The Rock will be at WrestleMania. Everyone presumes The Rock will be there in some form on the day of the show, but it's not confirmed. So that might explain why a lot of the talk about The Rock has really settled down. You know, this whole Cena joining up with The Rock, all of that seemingly has just been dropped. Or not dropped, but only very, very briefly mentioned between Cody and Cena when they were going back and forth, right? Who was the one that sold out to The Rock? Really, before that, we hadn't heard any mention of The Rock. So it seems like Wrestling Observer hearing that it's still a little bit up in the air. Okay, what about Alexa? When will she be back on SmackDown? I thought there were plans for her. PW Nexus said that's the interesting thing. Creative was discussed, but I have had no update since then. So no update in regards to Alexa, and we know coming out of SmackDown, she would not be on that show. WrestleBuzz said it's cool to see WWE have got Penta and Phoenix's logos very similar. I assume it shouldn't be long until we see them team up, says WrestleBuzz. Patrick says, good news, and that's because PW Insider are saying that Kairi Sane is close to being cleared for a return to the ring. Lots of images of her training and working out, so maybe not the biggest surprise in the world, but good news all the same. Parker Tiffy Time said, I don't know if this is real, but I thought I would get your thoughts. So this, I don't know who TC Wrestle Votes are. I don't know, right? So again, I can't really say much about this, but it says it appears Kamala will ultimately not be a part of this year's Hall of Fame. I sort of feel that way, to be honest. I've heard that Ken Shamrock is quite close to going in. So if there is to be another person announced, I think it might be Ken Shamrock. So, yeah, I don't know that Kamala will be going in this year. I'm told discussions between WWE and James Harris's family have remained positive, and that the Ugandan giant will one day be honoured with an induction in the future. So, again, I don't know how much we can put in that. I don't know if this is someone that works for WrestleVotes, or I've never seen this account before. So, I really just cannot say. I mean, in their bio, it says WrestleVotes Radio, get the very best WWE coverage, insider sources, and breaking news. So they're kind of implying that they work for WrestleVotes. So they could do, right? And then that would obviously add a bit more weight to this. So very interesting, but I do agree with it. I mean, I've not heard anything that is definitely going in this year. Right, I have no interest in the IC title. I want to help Finn win because I've got to make it up to him. So this is a little clip of Dominik talking, but apparently there was a little smile in there as well. So Larry, thank you.
Looks like you'll be up against Penta, Braun Breaker, and maybe Finn Balor for the IC title at WrestleMania. Your thoughts on that potential matchup?
Oh, I have no business in that. I think it's right now the priority is to help Finn win the IC title. You know, I feel like I have to make up for it a little bit, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Liv, any comments on that?
Guess we'll see what happens.
Looks like you'll be up.
That is quite interesting, yes. That is quite interesting. Right, let's go to our top story. So, Smackdown started. Kevin Owens revealed that he has been dealing with a serious neck injury for the past 4 months, and he's got to go and get neck surgery. This is PW Nexus saying very unfortunate, so they're not under the impression this is a work. Yeah, this dude seemed to say something. I think we might even have the clip at the end. So here he is, look. Kind of walks. Someone says something. Boom. What's that? What's that you say? He goes over. That guy comes in and says something. And I don't know. We cut away from that very, very quickly. So that's all we saw on the show. I don't know what was said. We haven't heard what was said. But it seems like someone shouted something. It would be very interesting if that kind of comes to light. Around this exact moment, Zelina Vega, who's got a new shirt out, by the way, shared a black heart emoji at the exact same time. Randy Orton did hit Nick Aldis with an RKO. I think that was just frustration. The other thing that's doing the rounds is people are saying that he paid double when he RKO'd Nick Aldis initially because he said it's going to happen again, right? I don't know if it didn't happen again, though. Something in my head, and it could be wrong, is saying that he did RKO him again after that. So this would actually be outside of the double fine that he paid. So he might get fined again. So I don't know. I'd have to sit down and go back through all the history of it and everything to see if he did deliver another RKO. Something in my head is saying he did. So I don't know that he will get off with this one. I would love for it to be a case that this leads to a match. I don't think it's going to. I think this was just a way of having someone get RKO'd, really, right? And the only person that was really around was Nick Aldis. I think it would be really fun if we do Randy at WrestleMania against a mystery opponent. And if you think about all the wrestlers that WWE can pick up a phone to, if you think about all the legends or all of the kind of talent that's about to come in, like Alistair Black or maybe Miro, I mean, all of a sudden it opens up a lot of opportunity. So, yeah, mystery opponent at WrestleMania, I'd be really tempted to go down those roads. Say it ain't so. So this is WWE reacting. Kevin Owens has to back out of WrestleMania due to a neck injury. Finn Balor tweeted, "I love Kevin Owens." Here we've got Karrion Kross. He said, "Just letting you all know, I see the tags and you know I'd say yes. Let's see what happens." So Karrion saying, "I'll do the match. Of course I'll take that match. WrestleMania match against Randy Orton." I'd love to see it be Karrion, actually. I think the work he has done, he can't have really done any more than he's done. I think he kind of really deserves the opportunity to kind of go up against someone like Randy and make a name for himself. So, yeah, I'm down for that. Here at the Boulder said, "You've got about 2 weeks to train Nick Aldis. You better get in there." So there we go. So Corey said, even after this unfortunate situation with Kevin Owens having to undergo neck surgery, Randy Orton is not expected to miss WrestleMania. So Randy still expected to have a match. We wish Kevin Owens the best as he recovers from his neck injury, and health and happiness as he moves forward. Fight, Owens, fight. So that coming from Fightful. So clearly Fightful haven't heard anything else, right? And then that was the exchange between Kevin and that fan, so we covered that. Okay, let's go Smackdown. So obviously we started things off with CM Punk. The reason I wanted to include this was because of the shoes. Apparently these were some shoes that he was given by a fan, and they're kind of white with the Chicago colors on. And yeah, very, very cool. Personalized CM Punk shoes, trainers. Obviously, he grabbed a camera at the start. And here, Julian said he grabbed a camera to make sure he showed the hard cam side. I don't know that was a little knock of AEW, but he did show the hard cam side. I mean, there was people absolutely everywhere. I think he even said there was like 16,000 in attendance. He also referenced about how he shouldn't be there. And he spoke about when he was born, he had the cord around his throat, or how he was a part of John Cena's entrance. And he was kind of told that that's about as far as you're going to get. And so it was a very passionate opening promo. And there we go, for anyone that hasn't seen when he was a part of John Cena's entrance, there he is. So, yeah, and obviously it's set up our main kind of segment because Heyman would come out saying, can you please just tell me what the favor is? CM Punk said, I'll tell you when Roman gets here. And so that set up our main segments. Anyone else think this looks a little bit like a kid dressed up? I really do look at that and I'm like, it's like a kid that's kind of trying on a few things. I don't know about this entrance jacket or whatever it is. The mask, I mean, that's actually a mask on a mask, which is why it looks a little loose. I don't know. This entrance didn't hit me as well as the Penta one, but I still thought it was good. Maybe it can evolve over time. I'm sure it will. But Rey Fenix kicking off SmackDown, taking on Nathan Frazier from Fraxium, which, you know, I didn't expect that. But what a banging match. You lot really enjoyed that match as well. Wade Barrett announced on the show also that the winner of Jacob and Braun, the last man standing match, would face LA Knight at WrestleMania, which I was quite surprised at because I really thought we were going to do Jacob against Solo. So that news was kind of interesting. Yeah, check out this emotional Rey Fenix. This is Rey Fenix after he was victorious in that opening debut match.
Oh my God, I feel amazing, you know. Yeah, it's just the child inside my heart. It's very happy. I live in the dream, you know. I feel amazing. I feel ready. It's like this is just the beginning. I know this is just the beginning. I am in the best company in the whole world. And now I'm here. I'm here. And I'm ready for any opponent. I am ready for any match. I am ready for any opportunity. I'll always be ready. I am the man who never die. The man of 1,000 lives. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was us really that did that. So yes, you're welcome. So there we go. Touch him. Very touch him. Okay. Heyman said, whatever it is, this favor, yes. Just yes. Please just tell me because you don't need to wait. Whatever it is, yes. And obviously that was quite an important moment for when we got to that main segment. We also got the teases with the new Alistair Black vignettes. I think the fact we know who it is, this was kind of a cool image that was in there. There was another 25 in there. 425, SmackDown after WrestleMania. Now, whether they change that and actually bring him in at WrestleMania due to the Kevin Owens injury, don't know. Don't know, but obviously the vignettes have already been recorded and edited. They're still teasing the 25th of April. Oh my God. Tiffany Stratton, when it's all said and done, you're gonna just be like you are outside the ring, alone. What's that records? 0-3. Talking about the fact that I think she's had 3 failed marriages now, right? Charlotte, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs? Mate, I've got so much to say about this. I'm not going to say it here because I've already done a review and opinions video. This thing very clearly went off the rails. I think the crowds really made this hard for Charlotte. I think the crowd were right behind Tiffany. When Tiffany spoke, they allowed her to. When Charlotte spoke, they booed her out the building. It rattled Charlotte. It rattled Charlotte. And I was quite surprised at that. I thought she would have been able to have overcome that. Perhaps she's just been out the game a bit too long. And, you know, she went in there, she cut a promo. They really did get on top of her. This was a very fiery Chicago crowds. And I thought that Tiffany had some good lines. I actually think that is a real savage line. I think that struck me as like, oh my God, I need to come back with something. I can't let her just say that and walk away. Is that why Kaiser's in my DMs? So I think that was just desperation. But apparently this bit here was unscripted. We had left the script long time ago. If it felt like this went off the rails, it's because this went off the rails. Madness, mate. Charlotte said that Ludwig was in her DMs. So we were kind of trying to get our head around that. And then we went to Nick Aldis. So he said next week, teams from Raw and SmackDown will compete in a women's tag team gauntlet match. Winners face Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania. I was excited. My first reaction was, oh my God, this is how we get Alexa. This is how we get Nikki Cross. This is how we get them at WrestleMania. Maybe it's still going to be that. But we saw the graphic. We saw the graphic and they weren't on it. I think we might even have the graphic in here somewhere. There it is. So it's Kaden and Katana, Lyra and Bailey, Shayna and Zoe, BFAB and Michin, The Secret Hervis, Natalia and Maxine. That's it. That's the gauntlet next week. No sign of Alexa. Now, you could say that if they put Alexa and Nikki on that graphic, it would be, what? Like, we've missed part of the story. They could have put, like, mystery thing on there, like, mystery team are going to enter. And then maybe we could have used this week to have done some QR codes, done some cryptic messages, updated the journal, and said, like, she's finally home or something like that. And then we could have found a way of using this next week to have made it very clear that Alexa has now joined the Wyatt Six. And then maybe we could have done the mystery team being Alexa and Nikki. So I think there was a way of getting there. And I am wondering if all of those teams are actually going to compete next week. Would we be shocked if one of those teams gets attacked backstage and replaced? So I would say not all hope is lost, but I would also say it's not looking very good. WrestleVote said Charlotte and Tiffany said very little of what was in the rundown for them. It went off script quite a bit. It was such a dumpster. Right. Then we had Jade attacking Naomi before her match, and she attacked her after her match. She took on BFAB. Nick Aldis came out and he said it's official. Naomi will face off against Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 41. Bailey said at the end of the day, you got to go after what you deserve at all costs. It's been a long time coming, Naomi. So even though she's a heel, her friend Bailey, who's a face, still wanted to show some support there. It's been a long time coming, and she's pleased for her friend. Nathan Frazier reacting, saying an action figure debut and a SmackDown debut in the space of 24 hours is crazy. So here we go. First time in the line for Nathan Frazier. Looks okay. It looks okay. I can sort of see that it's him, but not really. It's okay. I think he'll have a lot better in the future. That's just his first one. But there we go. Action figure and a SmackDown debut for Nathan Frazier. Bailey, I think, saw this graphic and went, huh? I'm sorry, what? And here, Flo was like, Bailey, they ain't got none left for you to do, friend. It's time for you to explore wrestling outside of WWE, I fear. Bailey responded to that with, huh? So she saw that and went, huh? And then they responded, and then she responded to them with, huh? I think that one is the one of her responding to them, actually. Right, WWE has now deleted the personal comments that were off script between Charlotte and Tiffany. So I'm guessing that's from the YouTube video. Those personal comments have been deleted. Okay, we also had LA Knight against Tama Tonga, LA Knight getting the win. We had Motor City against DIY, Motor City getting the win. Motor City will take on Street Profits. They didn't say that's at WrestleMania, though. And our main event, the Last Man Standing match, had some really great moments in it. But Jacob just emerged victorious. So he will go to WrestleMania and take on LA Knight for the United States Championship. Right, let's go down here. So Jay Wyatt said, I was so focused on the fact that Seth was dressed like Dr. Evil. I didn't notice he was wearing Bray's shoes. So I've been tagged in this quite a bit. I was watching this live and I was like, do you know what? Low key, I actually don't mind that at all, but I don't like the shoes. And I still stand by that. I don't think it massively works with this outfit, and those aren't the kind of shoes that I would personally wear. But it turns out they are shoes that Bray Wyatt would wear, because if we actually skip forwards, look at that. I wonder if that is a little tribute. This low-key, he wears such stupid clothing. This looks so good on him. I think that looks really good. And a little tribute to Bray with the shoes. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? So, yeah, love that. I did not make that connection in my head during the watch-along. So, Jay Wyatt, thank you. Right, next week, Cody Rhodes is going to be on SmackDown. The Gauntlet match is taking place. We've got Damian and Drew face-to-face. And also, Rey Fenix is going to be taking on Berto. Then we've got this from Jade. So, Jade is locked in for WrestleMania.
Tell me, Naomi, how did my boot taste, huh? You want to talk all that smack? When I'm going to see you in Las Vegas, baby, at WrestleMania, you already know what's going to happen. I'm going to tear that ass up, and I'm going to take what's mine.
That's a good promo, man. Short, to the point, fiery. I don't mind that. Right here, actually really glad that Roman didn't milk his entrance. Straight to business. A lot of people talking about the fact he got out the car, went straight through Gorilla, straight to the ring, really got on the mic quite quickly. I think we were quite pushed for time. And so, yeah, we just got straight into it. And it was better. It was better. At WrestleMania, in my corner, your wise man, my best friend. So, of course, the favor was revealed. I did a separate video on that already, so we don't need to kind of dig into how we feel about that. But, yeah, boom. Great to actually get that now and not have it hanging over us anymore. So, receipts are coming, says Naomi. She goes livid here. There's one brief moment where she's, like, swinging on the door. Check this out.
What she did to my freaking face!
She got a bump on her head. It looks like it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That looks like a proper bump, doesn't it? Ooh. Not seen any pictures or anything. Might have a look to see if she's updated anything with the picture, but there we go. There's clearly some sort of mark, some sort of swelling that's coming up on her head there. Can we have a look at her just riding the door, though? Because I love that bit.
Look what she did to my freaking face!
It's only very brief, but I love it. Right, this is basically the favor custody of Paul Heyman ladder match. Love that. It's coming to an end soon. So Roman Reigns, SCN, thinks this might be the end. Thinks this could be the beginning of the end. Right, Triple H, just getting started.
Good start.
There we go. Man, he is just on cloud flipping 9, isn't he? Sean Rossap said, everyone I'm speaking to believes that Charlotte and Tiffany went heavily off scripts. Yes. There's the graphic for Jacob against LA Knight. So that's going to be our US title match. I did think at first that Jacob could win this. And of course you would think that. But what if Solo costs him? We've sort of been teasing Solo and Jacob. And I'm quite surprised we're not getting Solo Jacob at WrestleMania. So what if Solo tries to help but ends up costing? And we finally get Jacob going off on Solo at WrestleMania. Right, upside down. Yeah. It's a shame as well because, you know, clearly Charlotte didn't get the dub in that segment. It was clearly Tiffany that got the dub with a big assist from the crowds. So it's a shame that she's not holding up the dub. But there we go. M for mother. Right, yeah, people sharing this. As I said, I really don't know if he's not already used it, you know. I don't know if he hasn't already used it. So, yeah, he did get fined and he paid twice because he said that's for next time. So, Johnny, thank you. Okay, I don't really read too much into this, but I've been tagged in it quite a bit. So, in the background, there's someone with a black shirt on and grey trousers. Here, J Omega says that is similar to something Boas wore in the past. That's it, really. So I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's interesting that it's in the background for Braun. I will say that. It's interesting that this person, if it is to be Bo in the background of Braun, that's it. I mean, it's not the strongest connection. So I included it though because I got tagged in this theory quite a bit. So yeah, I don't know. Do whatever you want with that. So Jay, thank you. Larry, thank you. Yeah, they were wearing the same sort of thing. It wasn't identical. Both in black, both with kind of like a lot of see-through elements. And yeah, I mean, I think they are very, very similar. I think if I'm Charlotte, I am looking at Tiffany as being potentially the girl that's here to replace her. You know, they both do moonsaults. You know, Tiffany claims she's got the prettiest moonsault. And obviously we know that Charlotte has been doing moonsaults on the main roster going all the way back to 2015. I wonder if there is a little bit here of Charlotte feeling threatened. I felt that when they did their sit-down promo exchange, you know, that maybe Charlotte was feeling a bit threatened. This one just completely fell off the tracks, though. Night Legacy said, I'm calling it now. Solo Sikoa will cost Jacob the title at Mania, and we will finally get I Hate You Solo. Trish said there could be something to this. I wonder if Heyman being on Punk's side, he's just going to end up with Seth getting the last laugh with Heyman's side to them. I wouldn't be surprised. So here we've got people saying we saw how much he hates Seth. We saw how much he loves Punk, how much he loves Roman. The swerve would be that he ends up with Seth. That would be the swerve. I don't know. I don't know. We could do it. We could do it. I don't know how I would feel about these two together. It doesn't quite work as well in my mind as him being with Brock or him being with Roman. I don't know. Could try it. And actually, Dave thinking the same. Look, Heyman's going to help Seth beat Roman. It's going to be heist of the century, betrayal of the century. So, Dave, shout out to you. So we've done WWE. What's in the CM Punk stuff? Oh, yeah, that was just that segment. And we've kind of covered that. Right, let's go over to fun, shall we? That was Roman after the GTS, looking exactly like Peter Griffin. Roman fell like Peter Griffin, said Blake. Fly Music, shout out to you. This got shown off today, I believe. Farewell, John Cena. So there we go. A special elite farewell John Cena figure. So I'm guessing, I don't know if this is what he wore on that Netflix premiere. Might have been. Maybe it's based on that. But that was shown off today. Here, Chelsea says, I love my Smackdown girlies. So it seems like she had some cupcakes and wine. Older, hotter, wiser, question mark. So I don't know when it was Chelsea's birthday. But there we go. She got a few gifts from the Smackdown girlies. Little Fuego, thank you. So new Stone Cold merch. Look at that. Based, of course, on that match that's going into the Hall of Fame. So it's great, isn't it? Some highlights from the satellite feed of Main Event 2 in 1989. This was a fun watch, actually. So a few botches from the satellite feed of Main Event, the second one.
10-second throw back to Mean Gene with the Twin Towers. Good, thank you. I can't read this. The light is the shits.
Oh, God, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was tears on. Thank God. Oh. Need a countdown or something.
Oh, Logan back with Miss Elizabeth.
Randy goes, thank God he didn't mean it, Elizabeth.
And the champion don't look too good, McMahon. Look at this.
Want to be a champion? You want to feel what the madness is all about? Oh, God. Get out of the way. Elizabeth! Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, God. Ground and God. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
And there's Beefcake. So he kind of came in and went up and then went away again. And then we have all of that. And then he ends up coming back. So, yeah, just a couple of fun botches there from the same show in 1989. And as well as that, look, we've got these. So we've got this from Miss Clown. I don't know. I can't even make out what it says. So I can't even tell you what this company is called. But new kind of weird looking statue coming out for Cody Rhodes. So there we go, from, I don't know, Stanks or something. So yeah, don't know. Right, let's go other. Let's click on this. So yeah, here's an interesting story from Cody.
Authentic thing. And one of the big disagreements John Cena and I have had, and we had this disagreement behind the scenes, and we had this disagreement right in front of the camera, is he feels I'm not authentic enough, or as authentic as he was. And I think at this point, I'm pretty confident in who I am, and
proven it, yeah.
And exactly, I feel like I got a proven track record. But the answer is you can't be a hack about it. And maybe it's that let some of them who don't like you can't get them all.
Do you know what's really interesting? He says that John Cena says he's not authentic, and he gives him that behind the scenes. And we did see him say that in that kind of promo exchange as well. Apparently, that's a criticism that Cena genuinely has for Cody. That's interesting. Right, Julia back in the ring. So Julia returned at an NXT live event. So there we go, Julia back in the ring. So good news. Right, Henry, shout out to you. I don't know if this is true, to be honest. I really don't know. But they're saying according to Courtaholic, WWE has started to replace certain chants with where it was like holy shiz. They've now replaced it with this is awesome. So I don't know. I don't know if that is true. They're saying that they've done that in the Netflix version of WrestleMania 40. I mean, you'd have to go back and find a non-edited version and then compare it to the edited version. So it's going to be very hard to prove or disprove this. But so that's why I'm saying I really don't know, but something to kind of keep an ear out for. Right, Patrick, shout out to you. Stephanie shares that she's going to get a tattoo of her Royal Rumble entry number. So she's going to get the number 24 tattooed onto her because that was her Rumble entry number. Right, let's go community and see what's being said. So Wrestle Night, shout out to you. Got a response from Karrion Cross, TikTok. Tea Time, shout out to you. Got a like from Alexa. Matt picked up the Mercy mask and looks like it's signed as well, which is really cool. I don't know if they all come signed, but yeah, that's great. Look at that signed there. So Matt, enjoy that. Parker Tiffy Time got a Tiffany Stratton auto. Brilliant. Congrats. Wrestle Night just showing off the figure collection. So some good items there. That Alexa's great. Looks really good. Can't wait to get a Karrion figure to go with that Scarlett. She does look a little bit lonely, to be honest. At Tea Time with another shirt. Look, Karrion Cross shirt. Yes, my shirt arrived. I love this shirt. WWE has always been my personal mall. Tea Time, shout out to you. Raymond getting a response from Ariana Grace. Well done. Wild Child Billy getting a response from Sergeant Slaughter. Tea Time getting a like from Carmella. And Tony getting this signed Nikki Cross card. Very, very cool. Very cool. Right, let's go. Thanks, and let's get out of here. So, Angelo, shout out to you. Demon J6. Actually, don't know what this clip is. It says, if Orton needs a new opponent, maybe it's time for Alistair Black. Man, I'm so down for that. I'd be so down for mystery opponents, and then we bring back Alistair Black. That could be really cool. So, Demon J6, shout out to you. Winter Shoulder, shout out to you, bud. Tagging me in the merch. Wyndham is Eternal. Shout out to you, my friends. So, yeah, looking brilliant. Looking really good. Little Fuego, thank you, my friends. Prain User Sports, shout out to you. Brady, shout out to you. Michael, thank you, my friends. Sweet Chin Wrestling, thank you. Paul I getting a like from Karrion Cross. So, Paul, congrats, buds. Chris, shout out to you. Raymond, shout out to you. Wild Child Billy, appreciate it. Chet, thank you, my friend. Las Vegas Max, thank you, buds. Our wrestling podcast, shout out to you. And Jang Tae Sang, really appreciate the support. So there we go. That was today's Unseen. I know it was a little bit delayed, but there was so much to try and get in here. Hope you enjoyed it all the same. Appreciate the support as always. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.